Ooh. Boom, boom, beep. Boom, boom, beep. Boom, boom, beep. Beep, boom, bam, bam. Who will be the first? Who will be the first? Man. What a time. What a time. What a time to be alive. November the 1st. Yesterday was October the 31st. Yesterday was hallowed, what is it? Hallowed Saints? No, what is it called? Hallowed Evening? Something like that. Halloween. What was it? So, I just learned, quote unquote, the history of Halloween last night. It was called like Samhain or something like that originally, some pagan holiday, and the Christians took over whatever part of Europe, and it was the Celtics or the Celtics. I think it's Celtics, and then they tried to, mix it with Christianity and change kind of like the whole pagan vibe. Didn't really work so well, and then they ended up changing it from Samhain to Halloween. And today, November 1st, is All Saints Day, and so they recognize or remember all of the saints that have gone on. So like Ancestor Day, and this is in Catholicism. And then I think Saturday is Day of the Dead. I don't know which religion that is, but when you think about it, holiday is a remix of the word holy day. And so, hey, how y'all doing? Thank y'all for joining. Thumbs up if you like. If not, that's okay too. But thanks for watching. How you doing? How you going? I'm going good. I'm just talking about Halloween and how that whole process worked. And yeah. So yesterday was Halloween. We don't really celebrate Halloween. I was just kind of looking that up, like how come some Christians celebrate Halloween and some don't? And because I'm 40 years old. Thank you, I appreciate that, Harrison. Make sure you check out the videos that I have on there. I got like some, I don't know if anybody's heard of Aaron Neville. I got some Aaron Neville videos up, and I also have some other videos like news reviews and reactions and stuff like that. But yeah, man, today was a good day. It was a short day from a work perspective. I mean, I was done at like 1 in the afternoon, but I locked my keys in my car, and so I've been driving the wife's car, and I like this car, so it actually works out. She's got like this little moon roof and everything, and it's a 2019, and it's it's nice and spacious, and I got a nice and spacious 2003 Chevy Suburban that has like a whole bunch of things going on with it. A bad fuel pump, bad O2 sensors, bad CV boots, so it clicks when I turn and shakes and vibrates. So I may have subconsciously, purposefully locked my keys in the car, I feel like. But I locked them on the base. And so the trick is, not every locksmith can get on base. And so I just waited 5 hours to have two guys come up to the base that could not access the base. And so my first instinct was to complain and get on the live and just be like, complain like, man, what a day I had, it sucked, and blah blah blah, this and that. Then I was like, man, them first world problems. First of all, thank God you have a car, okay? Because thank God you have a car to get your keys locked in, because a lot of people don't have a car. Thank God you have a job, because even though the economy is doing okay right now, supposedly, allegedly, and even though they just got a whole bunch of like 12,000 jobs last month, there's still a lot of people that don't have jobs. So thank God for that. And so suddenly my first world problems didn't really seem that significant. So I just try to change my perspective on that. But so now my car is still locked, but on the bright side, I get to drive this nice vehicle around a little bit longer. But on the say, hey girl, are you a size queen? Diddy. I don't know what that means, but sure. Welcome. But yeah, where am I going? Where am I going? Yeah, where am I going? I get in here on live and I just get to talking. I done passed my exit. First of all, let me get my mind and my life together. But yeah, so I get to drive this car a little bit longer. Bad side, or maybe downside, the wife and the kids, they don't have a vehicle right now. So I ended up going on the Amazon and getting me one of those like locksmith kits, the ones where it has like the blood pressure cuff where you kind of like inflate and separate the door, and you use like a hanger to get your car keys out. So yeah. Let me see. I'm coming with love, my homie. I sent you a visitation. Uh, okay. Am I? What does "Are you a size queen" mean? I don't know what that means. The punctuation is throwing me off. Is it like, am I a size? I don't know what that means. I literally don't know what that means. Are you I show Speed's dad? No offense. No, I'm not I Show Speed's dad, but I am YouTube with Energy's dad. If you check his channel out, it's YouTube with Energy, ENERGY. I'm his dad. He's got like he's 13. He's got a Gen Alpha channel, Skibbity Toilet, um, what is it? Sticking out your gap for the Rizzler. What else? Um, if what I'm saying doesn't make sense, you probably not a Gen Alpha. You probably don't have a Gen Alpha in the house. Um, Level 10 Gyat. Um, yeah, that's his channel. But I'm gonna check out I Show Speeds because he sounds like a handsome young guy. No weirdness, Diddy. No Diddy. Let's call it that. No Diddy. Um, um, but yeah, so now I'm gonna figure out how to get into my car with this locksmith kit, and then I don't know. Like, what do I do with that? I feel like maybe I should become like a locksmith, because I'm gonna get good with getting into the cars, and then I'm gonna try to get another side hustle. Because if anybody is like a repeat viewer of this channel, y'all know that normally I go to work and then later I go to work again, and do like Uber Eats, DoorDash, slash Spark, slash what's that other one I just started doing? Shipped. So I'm doing those to just kind of create like alternate revenue streams. But I think my next wave of alternate revenue streams is like making money without actually moving. Um, so one of my favorite movies, uh, and I'm maybe a little bit embarrassed to say this, is Baby Boy. Tyrese and what's the girl name? She played Cookie on Empire. Um, she's from DC. Gosh, what's the girl name? Come on, chat. Somebody know who I'm talking about. Help me out, y'all. I got ADHD. My memory doesn't work sometimes. Um, what is the girl name? Tyrese, and she played on Empire. Uh, she played on the other movie. It's hot out here for a pimp. Uh, Hustle and Flow. What's her name, y'all? Don't nobody know? Anyway, um, yeah, Baby Boy, he said in that movie that everybody standing still is broke. Because him and his buddy, it's like a coming of age movie. Him and his buddy were standing still, and they weren't making any money. And in the movie, Tyrese said everybody standing still is broke, and you have to be in motion to be making money. But I disagree with that because thank you for that thumbs up, whoever did that. The people that are making real money, they're not even moving. They're asleep. Maybe they are awake, but like the billionaires, the way they're making money is by like smart investing. And so I do invest in like stocks, but not like seriously. I do like Acorn. Like every time I spend money, it'll round up to the nearest dollar, and then it'll invest that money. I do Cash App. Also, I got some type of stock that I'm doing right now. It's like a microprocessor, and it's chump change. I also do not 401k, but the TSP, thrift savings plan. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of like hungry and just nonsense talking. It means words. But so let me tell you about this week, because the title of this video was like, what a week. This week was the second week, what we call pre-week at my job. And pre-week is the week before you start a SOS, Squadron Officer School class. And so Squadron Officer School is the basic developmental military education for captains in the U.S. Air Force. And so what happens there is there's 4 different learning objectives or areas of study that captains are being taught in the Air Force. They're being taught warfighting, they're being taught thinking, they're being taught communication, and they're being taught leadership. And so those 4 different areas, we teach a 5-week course that every single active duty officer in the Air Force goes through. They also have some foreign country officers that go through the course as well. Typically, the foreign officers, the international officers that go through Squadron Officer School, they are going to be that country's high. It is a very distinguished honor for them to be there. And so typically the students that come through that are the international students are like the cream of the crop. A lot of them, a lot of times, end up being your best student in the class. Just because if you think about it, like if they are like the top of, the elite of the elite, they're probably going to be better than like your average Air Force captain. And so this is going to actually be my first. I said thank you for subbing, Vincent. I appreciate that. So super excited because this was pre-week. But what normally happens during pre-week is like on Tuesday or Wednesday, they'll give you the roster for your class. Each class or each flight is composed of 14 or 15 students. And so the reason why it's called a flight is because the organization of the the Air Force is divided into like units, and so like a small unit, um, the smallest unit I think is called like a section, but a group of sections is called a flight, and a group of flights is called a squadron, and a group of squadrons, it used to be called a group, but now the Air Force structure is changing, and they've gotten rid of the group construct, and now a group of squadrons is a wing. And so I am at the lowest level of flight. So I'm a flight commander, and my flight is comprised of 14 to 15 different students from across the Air Force. So you'll have a bunch of different jobs, a bunch of different airmen from all over the Air Force, from different communities. They call the job communities Air Force specialty codes. And in the Air Force, we like to use acronyms. And so it's AFSCs. And so you have a bunch of different AFSCs in the classroom. You're going to have some pilots for sure. Then you're going to have some logistics. You're going to have some lawyers. You'll have some doctors, medical. And you'll have them all together in a class. And they're together for 5 weeks. I just want content creators to have a lot of subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been around. Let me take a quick detour since you distracted me. I appreciate that. I really do. I've been on YouTube probably 12 plus years. And I had like some old videos like Aaron Neville. A lot of people didn't know that Aaron Neville, he's like a blues R&B singer, but he also had a gospel album, and there were a ton of people that loved the album. But I looked on YouTube like 12 years ago, and there was nobody that had the album, and so I just posted on YouTube. YouTube, after a while, there were so many people that viewed it, so many people that subscribed, and YouTube was like, "Hey, do you want to get monetized?" I was like, "Nah, I don't want to get monetized. I just did it just to be nice." And then after a while, I was like, "Well, if they're gonna pay me, let me go ahead and take that money." Um, so fast forward 12 to 14 years later, I can't remember the actual date. Um, I just started to kind of like, I changed my channel to talk about something else. I still have the content on there, original content, but I just kind of wanted to talk about something else, and I wanted to engage and connect with people. And so I changed it to this format. Um, I like to talk about the news. As I've become older, I've become more and more boring. I've become kind of like my mom and my dad. I see that process, how it's happening. Um, and like, there's like different aspects of my personality. I was raised in the church, and I still attend church. I'm a deacon at my church, and so there's that church aspect of me. And I talk about like different news articles from that perspective of church, from a religious perspective. So you'll look on there on my profile, you'll see some videos, and the my name is Leroy, and so the personality or persona, I called him Uriel, which is Leroy backwards. So he's a bishop. I call him Bishop Uriel, and he talks about church stuff. And then I have the military guy, and in the military does not, by and large, accept um, it does not accept diversity very well, I would say. And so what I had to learn how to do is I had to learn how to hear my commander's voice. And my commander is typically a white middle-aged. And so over time, I developed a persona that was like a white middle-aged male, and I called his name Bick. Um, and his last name is Mitchell because there's a guy in the military. His last name is Mitchell. Billy Mitchell is like the godfather. Up to the charger and running YouTube, and in my aftermarket phone case, it overheated and it dropped. Anyway, I'm home, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this live up. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the thumbs up. Um, Check in with me. I'll probably be doing some DoorDash or Uber Eats or something a little bit later. Um, so I talked about. Let me finish the last persona. I talked about Big Mitchell. I talked about Bishop Uriel, and the last one is a black nationalist. The black nationalist talks about the injustices of like everyday being in America. Um, he's kind of like similar to like Dr. Umar, um, if I could think of a person, and he's very very militant. Um, yeah, and so sometime I pop out. You might see something. Um, don't get on my camera, baby. Don't get on the camera. Yes.
Um, I want to check. I want to see if the fog is still there.
Oh, what do you need from me?
The light.
From the vehicle? Well, the vehicle turned off automatically when I opened the door. I'm sorry.
Could
Yeah.
you close the door,
Then I would have to turn the car back on.
please?
Hmm.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with no. You probably should be in the house anyway.
No.
It's too dark.
You
But
still feel?
yeah. So um, the militant, his name is Jamal Kamal, and Jamal Kamal, um, he has a lot to say. He does, but I've kind of learned to silence him because, especially in being in the military, the bulk I'm on the live. The bulk of my day is spent at work, and so I've learned how to kind of like quiet him down. Now, when I'm teaching my flight, he does show up. That militancy does show up. Some of my students, I don't let them show up too much because, again, diversity is not really celebrated. It's more tolerated in the Air Force, and some people they get upset. They get upset when you start talking like injustice and some of that stuff. And so I've just kind of learned to kind of let him chill. And if somebody asks my personal opinion, I would share it, but I'm not necessarily teaching it because, again, Big Mitchell is more so what the Air Force wants to hear, and that's kind of what I give them. Um, so yeah, that's me in a nutshell. That's this channel. If that type of thing interests you, tune in probably in a just drop a sub and tune in because I'm gonna be back. I gotta go change, go eat, go spend some time with the family for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get back on the road and go get this money. Anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. Stay tuned.